I'm not always bad, but I can be bad if I want to be.
It's called Greystone, public housing on the edge of Halifax and Spryfield. More than 400 children call it home. They don't know any other way of life. They go to school in Greystone, they play in Greystone. Do you like living out here?
No.
Why not?
There's too many bad kids up around here.
How are they bad? What kind of things do they do?
They smoke. They beat people up. There's lots of things like bad. And foster mothers. They beat up little kids and their size. Yeah, people steal and stuff like that.
That's not very good, is it?
No, they kill people up here.
Does it make you scared to live here?
Kind of. It's not very fun because it's a bad place.
Bad in what way?
In every way, fighting, breaking into, anything like that. It's just the wrong kind of place to live in.
Well, what do the kids do out here, Patsy?
Just hang around. Get in trouble.
Yeah, do they get in trouble a lot out here?
I don't know. I can't say that because I know a lot of the kids, right? I grew up here, and I know a lot of the kids, and I mean, all kids are bad, but I guess it's just some kids, they break into places and steal and do this, right? But that's everywhere that I know of.
Many people in Greystone live on welfare. Some have low-paying jobs. When there's a lot of poverty concentrated in such a small place, there are bound to be problems. Police are called here often to break up family fights. It's not an easy place to raise children.
Why would they be frozen? Because they're frozen. They never were frozen. Here, maybe we'll put that on and put the ones in.
She won't let me. No! See?
How come?
I'll put the foods.
Okay, I'll put it on there then.
You got Harry in here.
Well, this is her.
Judy Rhino is bringing her children up by herself.
Okay, hi.
The man she used to live with left 3 years ago.
Sometimes I get really lonely, wish someone would come in and put their arm around me and say, I'm going to take over for a while, you know. But it's really hard, I think, once you're up here to get out of it. It's very hard because you don't have the advantages or opportunities to get out of it.
So is it like a vicious circle? Once you're in here, you can't get out? And what keeps you in here, I guess?
I think it's very hard to get out. A lot of people look down on you just for being up here if you're on social assistance or something. Especially people, I think, in higher income brackets. They have no feelings whatsoever. They don't really understand what it's like. And I can understand that because I don't think you really can unless you've been in it. But, you know, if you really sit down and think about it for a while, it's pretty scary to be in that sort of position.
I knew his son now. He used to go to Smith in,
That's enough. Come on. Get, there we go. Okay, I'll give you some, but you sit down, okay? Pass me your bun, I'll put some on.
Judy Rhino believes that public housing changes the way children see themselves. They don't think they're as good as children who live somewhere else. So if children don't feel good about themselves, they can easily get into trouble. Judy knows what she's talking about. She ran away from home when she was 13 years old. She spent her days sniffing glue. At night, she slept in abandoned houses.
I wasn't really sure why I was in the world. I was kind of mad that I was in the world. I know I used to have a little piece of paper, I think Emily Dixon said, I'm nobody, who are you? Are you nobody too? And that sort of summed it all up for me. I used to have that hanging on my wall and stuff. But I really thought that nobody cared about me, and I figured I was in hell. Kind of mad at God. I don't know if I really believed in him or not at the time. But I was just really upset. I hated myself. I couldn't stand myself. I used to think, you know, to myself, why, not only why am I here, but why me, you know. I didn't think I was even worth being around. And after a while, I sort of just figured I'd be like that until I died, and I hoped that I would die during it because I had no feelings. It didn't bother me.
Judy's old friends say she didn't take care of herself in those days. She didn't care where she lived. She was skinny, always sniffing glue. One friend says she looked like the walking dead. And Judy remembers trying more than once to kill herself.
When I used to get high, I used to not feel at all like I wanted to kill myself. But it was there most of the time. Like I was just hoping in that state that I was in, I figured I wouldn't live much longer anyway. So just hoping it would speed up a little bit, I guess.
Why would a 13-year-old girl want to kill herself?
I just didn't know how things could get better. I wasn't happy at all. I was miserable all the time. And I didn't think there was any way anything would get better. So I figured it would be better just to get out of the world.
And how many times did you try?
Oh, probably 4 or 5. Yeah. One time I tried to fall asleep in the snow. I put myself right in the snowbank, covered myself up with the snow, and I stayed there all night. I still don't know why I woke up in the morning, because my feet were frozen solid. I couldn't even walk on them when I got up.
Judy spent the rest of her teenage years living on the streets or staying with friends. She skipped school, stole food to eat. She ended up in court charged with truancy and theft. She was sent to reform school.
When we start to talk a little bit about the old days, you can still see her tend to start regurgitating some of what went on, and some unresolved conflicts at the time.
Lorraine Casey was Judy's probation officer. In spite of the problems, she saw something special in Judy.
She was having a lot of inner conflict with herself in that she didn't really know what she wanted to do, wasn't quite sure of how to deal with her current environment, and just would have been a very unhappy person.
Was there anything different, anything special about Judy back then?
Well, despite the fact that Judy was having a lot of conflict with a lot of people, she always had a vision of for herself. She always wanted to be something, and she had a stubborn attitude about her, because she always felt that I can be better than what you think I can, and someday I'm going to prove to you that I can.
What?
It took almost 10 years for Judy to prove she could make that change. In that time, she had 4 children and different men in her life.
I think everybody's put down here for a purpose.
For Judy, that meant helping kids stay out of trouble.
When someone makes a major change in the way they live, it's usually because of something traumatic. They've had a health scare, or they've given up alcohol or drugs. But Judy Rhino changed because of what someone said to her at a manpower office.
He told me that I should go take an aptitude test, and when I did, it was really, really above average. I was really surprised, because it wasn't too long afterwards, or before that I had still been into a lot of trouble. So he had told me that I could go to university and do whatever I wanted, so I really thought about that and figured I'd like to do something to help out some other people so they wouldn't go through what I did.
Judy did go to university, but her studies and raising a family weren't enough. She wanted to do more for the children of Greystone. She saw them just hanging around. She wanted to find ways for these kids to spend their time without getting into trouble. So she started the Spryfield Kids Recreation Club.
Ever since I can remember, I've always wanted kids. I've always loved kids. Even when I was a kid on my own street, I had a little gang. We used to go everywhere and play a lot of games. And having these fellows, I think I really needed someone to love and someone to love me back and depend on me. I think it did me a lot of good.
We had one like that. Who did? You did! Oh, party on him, all I love.
Okay, you guys keep it down. Let's find out who's here.
I know, ever had this real snake about this big
Okay,
before.
Diane,
Here.
Barry,
Here.
Keith.
Here.
Okay, is Pam here?
No, she was coming though. Her mother said that she'd pay her rent. I know, Judy. And yeah, I got a hole right here,
Wait.
Judy wanted to show kids what life was like outside Greystone, to get them out of public housing and into the community.
It's almost like a subculture up here. Everything's up here in one little group, and a lot of kids don't even get out of it. I think that it's really important that the kids find out that maybe they hear other people putting this place down and that, but they're just as important as anyone else, regardless where they live, how much money they have, or anything else. The outside people from around here, especially in town, this place is just like Alcatraz or something, you know. Nobody wants anything to do with it. And I think the kids do have a pretty good sense of that. And a lot of them, when they get outside, I think they almost feel like they have to act like that.
Say something! You guys are speechless! Shut up, no!
It's Friday night, and the Greystone kids have something to do besides hang out on the streets. There's no junk food here, no swearing or fighting allowed. There's just one rule on this weekly outing. Treat everyone with respect, or you can't come back next week.
I'm very open and honest with them. I spend a lot of time with them.
I didn't have one on now.
No,
Because they won't give me them.
they won't. I'll have to go over and get you some hay. Maybe we can trade with someone else. I like them to tell me if they have any problems. I really let them know that I want them to come and talk to me about it, not to let it get out of hand, because I know how easy it can get out of hand, and kids can be so stubborn. I think that once it starts, it's easier to stand back and hold on than to give in. There was one little girl in the club that was going through a really rough time. Her uncle had sexually abused her about 2 years ago. And the poor kid, you know, she didn't know what to do with herself. She didn't know. I think she really lost her identity completely. And she would come out and really give everybody a hard time. And finally she started talking to me about it. And I think it helped her out a lot to know that she wasn't the only one, and that, you know, there wasn't anything wrong with her because it had happened.
It's now Saturday. A lot of the kids have stayed overnight at Judy's. The ones who didn't dropped by for a lip sync contest in Judy's living room. They'll spend the day here with her.
Keep some paper with that book and throwing it at you when you're dancing. We don't have to take our clothes off to have a good time. Oh no, we could dance and party all night and drink some cherry wine.
A lot of the kids' parents are working maybe right after school, or maybe they're going out somewhere and they're with a babysitter or something, but they'll drop over, and they seem to be really excited to have someone to share with it other than their parents. You know, I guess maybe I'm a little objective too. I know sometimes how busy you can get with supper and things, and so I think it means a lot to them.
By going to the club, does that help keep the kids from doing bad things?
Yeah, most of the ones that came were kind of bad, and now they're real good now. Mom helps them out a lot.
Mm-hmm. How? How does she help them?
Well, when they're bad, she always has to talk to them, and then when they come back out the van, when she's done talking to them, they're real nice, and they say I'm sorry to the people that they were beating up or something to them.
Judy's Spryfield Recreation Club is just like a big family. It's like a family, a big family.
Oh, Judy, I just love Judy. She's like a second mother to me. And, oh, she does a lot for us. She goes and buys surprises like she did today. And it's just the things that she does for us. She's not like a club leader that'll tell you if you do one bad thing in the club, right? She won't kick you out and not let you come back. She'll give you a second chance.
Have you ever had to have a second chance?
No, not really. I know, I've been in the club for about 1.5 years now, and I know what it's like.
What's it like? Tell me.
Oh, it's like that if you're not allowed to swear in the club or nothing. Because if you do, well then, then you get kicked out for sure. But like if you're punching or in a fight or something, then you get your second chance. But anything else, you're gone.
Now you said that Judy is like a second mother to you.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do? Do you talk to her about things that are on your mind?
Yeah, anything that's bothering me or something that I don't want to go, like that I can go to my mother to, but I'm too shy to go to, I can just call up Judy.
Yeah.
She's always there for you.
Charmaine is Shirley Sampson's daughter. She says the club helps keep Charmaine out of trouble.
The only thing I'm really scared of, like I said, is smoking and drugs, and coming home late and getting maybe grabbed, or like we just heard not long ago, there was a man up at the school here that was picking up little girls, You know, this is after school. This wasn't even 9 o'clock at night.
How does the club help?
Keeps them off the streets. You know, if they're going to get into something bad, Judy's going to be there to correct them.
I look at you, listen to what you do. You do so much. Do you ever think that the reason or one of the reasons you're doing all this is to compensate, to make you think that you're okay?
I'd say that probably does definitely have something to do with it. I don't really feel like what I'm doing is that much. And when people talk about it, it almost embarrasses me. I don't really know how to handle it. Like, to me, I feel like I should be doing this, everything that I'm doing. And I feel good about myself doing it. I really enjoy helping the kids out. I like to see them smiling and happy. We had a camp out here just before school, and Santa Claus showed up coming out through the woods and stuff like this. The kids are just so happy. That just makes me really happy.
Is it so? What does it convince you that you yourself are okay?
I think so. I get down on myself sometimes. Sometimes I think I'm not doing enough. But I sort of try and tell myself I think that does have a lot to do with it. Just knowing in my past I got put down so much. My parents gave up on me, and I really thought I was worth nothing. And I still have to convince myself sometimes. I think that I am a half-decent person, and I am doing something worthwhile. Come on, Amber.
And when Judy's not running the recreation club, or going to university, or spending time with her own kids, when she's not at a block parents meeting, or doing work as a volunteer probation officer, she somehow finds time to dress up as a clown and visit sick children.
Oh, look who's home from the hospital. How are you? Huh?
Judy Rhino plans to spend the rest of her life changing what she can.
I'm going to make it, definitely. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy a big farm and take in about 200 foster kids. That's my goal. So I'm working towards that now.
And you're going to study law.
Right.
Why be a lawyer? Why do you want to be a lawyer?
I like to fight for minorities, low-income people. I don't think their rights are fought for enough. And I think I'd have a lot better chance having it behind me and understanding where the people come from. I realize now that you have to fight for what you want. It's a hard battle, but it's worth it in the end.
In a moment, a preview of next week's program. But first, here's what you've been telling us about some of the programs we've already aired this season.
13-year-old Tara Prokosh rode her bike down this dirt road last August. She never came back. Her mother, Pam Prokosh.
8 days in July, the search for Andrew Warburton. Remember, we'll be back in 2 weeks. I'm Joan Melanson. Please join us then.